How can so little snow do so much damage? That question asked in many parts of our region. Many parts of our area, they did get fewer than 6 inches of snow, but roads totally gridlocked for hours upon hours yesterday. Check out this map of the New York metropolitan area. I'll give you a hint. Red, not good. It is about every main road. That means basically at a standstill was traffic. Port Authority bus terminal closed down 2 levels as they were too crowded because of all the canceled buses. GW Bridge also totally shut during the peak of the storm. Of course, commuters and residents livid, and I understand why, and wondering why their areas weren't better prepared. Many leaders are themselves pointing fingers.
This was a perfect storm. To use a word that probably isn't appropriate. It wasn't forecasted to be the storm it was. It switched and came upon us very quickly. That happened as folks were moving into that early, when we figured it out, when folks figured it out, getting kids out of schools, folks getting out of work.
We got just about every form of bad luck we could have gotten yesterday. The Weather Service reports changed radically late in the morning yesterday.
So blame the weather guys. Anyway, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, he weighed in on how his successor did.
I'd love to know what they did do, because whatever it was inadequate.
There you go.
I'm not going to say they did nothing, because I don't know what they did, but I could just tell you this. We had 8 years of storms. I've never ridden in anything like this. I've been in my car for 4 hours and 15 minutes.
Chris, for your advice, just lie low about being stuck in traffic. The bridge jokes are just too easy, okay? Or a beach joke, maybe. Even though Christie left office with record low approval ratings, some residents did actually say something nice about him yesterday. Here's one tweet. I miss Christie and his storm press conferences. Listening to Murphy is like listening to Todd Bowles after a Jets loss. Hashtag get mad. Christie, he thanked him. All right, now just about everybody here at the station had their own nightmare commutes. Andrew and Dominic, this is like name that tune. Like, how many hours did it take you to travel? How many hours?
It took
how many miles, I guess?
4.5 hours to travel 35 miles. On the way back. And we're going to break it down for the people at home. I've been stopped on highways for medevac helicopters that took less time than last night's commute did. Now, here's my normal commute from the Upper West Side to our studio in Westchester. It normally takes about 45 minutes. The ride home last night did not. It took me an hour to get from the station to the toll booth on I-95 South. That's 10 miles from the station. Then I got stuck in traffic from the GWB, which had jammed up the entire Cross Bronx, snaked back to where I was on the east side of Westchester. It took me 2.5 hours to go the 6 miles from the toll booth to the exit for the Throgs Neck Bridge. I even tried getting off the highway, but local roads weren't moving either, so I jumped the median and got back on the highway. Sorry, cops. And at that point, it was faster to go over the Throgs Neck Bridge into Queens on the LIE through the Midtown Tunnel across 34th Street and up to 8th Avenue to get home. That part only took an hour. I got home at 11:45 after leaving at 7:15. And actually, I didn't go home. I was starving. Me and my friends, we went to Empire Szechuan until 1 a.m. They provided me with some much-needed sake and Szechuan therapy. I didn't even have the worst of it. Our audio operator, Paul, had a 5-hour trip home. Now, contrast my commute with the approach taken by our executive producer, Larry Epstein, okay? Larry stayed at the station until 11, watching Netflix at his desk. He took off and got home to Yonkers in just 45 minutes with no hassles or delays at all. And the only reason I know this is because Larry has been a jerk about it all day. Thanks, Larry. There's Larry. Thank you, Larry.
Dom, you didn't have a good time of it either last night.
Why didn't I got beef with Larry? Why didn't Larry tell me to chill and watch Netflix? Brother, I would have watched the movie with you.
Larry doesn't want to share. You know, Larry.
Richard, it normally takes me about 35 minutes to get here. Arriving, it took 2 hours. Going home, I'm surprised you didn't have to come like bail me out, because I wanted to get out of my car and just scream. That's how bad it was. It normally takes me about 30, 40 minutes to get home. It took me 4 hours to get 30 miles. That's how bad it was driving to Rockland County. 287 to get to the Mario Cuomo Bridge. It was bumper to bumper. Richard, I really felt I got depressed, and I really felt that this is what happens when we have no government, no anything, because people were just, you couldn't move.
Makes you wonder what would happen if there was a problem at Indian Point.
People were turning around in the middle of the highway. But, listen,
that's the people were terribly behaved.
His kid was stuck at school, and this is a kid at grammar school. Like, buses couldn't get there. They were there till like 9. We did a story in New Jersey where literally these kids were there. They stayed there overnight. Thank God people. But I mean, I'll only say this much. I saw this play out from a news perspective and trying to figure out. Nobody predicted the amount of snow. And finally, when they got their act together, they didn't salt the roads. Then they try and bring the plows out, but people are stuck on the roads already. The plows can't get to where they did. Then people are trying to get the kids, trying to go home early. It was a cluster, you know what. And it was bad.
And people were behaving badly, too. A lot of times on the snow, people are generous with their time and patient. Oh, no, you go ahead. Then the fact that it was a surprise and that the traffic was... I mean, people were... I was like trying to get over a lane, and people were like, what can I do? I can't stop and let you... Like, just hit the brakes for a second. People were terribly behaved. At one point, 95 was a 3-lane road, turned into 5 or 6 lanes. There were like an inch separating me from the car next to me. It was terrible.
Hey, listen, I heard it wasn't just Governor Murphy. I saw others. We've seen governors fail and succeed and own it. That's free advice here. When things go south, don't blame the weather guys. Don't blame your predecessor. Own it quickly, okay? Otherwise, everyone's going to now be looking at you for every little mistake going forward here because you try to pass the buck. I'm just saying, I've seen it. Guys ruin their careers over this stuff. Don't do that. De Blasio, I expect it from. But the other guys, stop pointing fingers. It's not a good look.
Should they apologize? Neither Murphy or de Blasio did.
I thought they should have. And I thought they said, listen, I can give you all the reasons why it didn't work. People didn't project it, whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm the chief executive of the state. I owed you guys better. We'll do better next time. That's what I wanted to hear, not all those meteorologists, you know.
Well, if this happens again, one of you guys is going to have to come get me because I thought I was going to lose it. I'm serious.
I'm being told that Murphy did say that the buck stops with him, so that's a half apology, I guess. We'll give him credit for a half apology.
This just in from Larry. You're on your own. All right. And to all of you who had a tough commute, it's behind us now. Stuff's good about we're going to be okay
we
here.
We got work on Monday. We should leave now so we can get there on time.
Good idea.
Coming up next here, new questions about Acting Attorney General Matthew Whitaker and whether or not his appointment was even legal. Constitutional law professor weighs in on the important issue after the break.